Y'all got questions for me? The people are mesmerized.
They are mesmerized.
Can you tell us your character story?
Yes, please.
There you go.
See, that wasn't, okay. You might get a couple of free tickets, okay? Theo, give this man some tickets. Okay, so at the Mavs, character is our first value. It just undergirds everything we do. It's about integrity. And the story that I told my team right before our press conference in February 2018, when I rolled out our values, is a story I want to tell you. And it's a story about character. All of our kids are adopted. And so when we adopted our first son, Kenneth Anthony, we adopted him at 2.5 years old. He had been abandoned, abused, neglected, left in an old hotel room for 2 months because his mom was on drugs and taken away to jail, and his 9-year-old brother was there to take care of him until the police actually told somebody that these 2 boys had been left behind when their mother was taken to jail. And so he was in bad shape when we met him, but my husband looked at him and he said, all he needs is love and a haircut. Like, we got him, okay? And so, loved up on that little honey. When he's about 4 years old, 3.5, 4 years old, he's at daycare. And so they decided, and he went to daycare immediately, because when they asked me the age of adoption, we had 4 second trimester miscarriages and a daughter who died at 6 months old. So by the time we adopted him, and they asked us the age, I said, 2 years old, because I wanted him to be able to go into daycare and all that, because I'm a working woman. I'm like, if I can just get him right in daycare. I was naive enough to think that he was going to just be on my schedule. Okay? I know better now. Kids, they just, they got their own schedules. So he's at daycare, and so he comes home one day and he says, there's a baby picture contest, and everybody has to bring their baby picture. Well, he doesn't have a baby picture. When we got him, he was 2.5 years old. And they had just taken a picture of him just to, introduce him to us. And so I told my husband, I said, I guess he's gonna have to take that picture. And you could even tell in that picture he looked sad. I mean, he looked sad, his hands were puffy, you could tell he had been abused. And so I said, but he's gonna have to take that picture. That's the first picture we have. And so I'm going through the house one day, and my husband's at the table with him, and he said, and so I look over, and there's a baby picture. And they're practicing this whole script about how he's gonna present this picture as his baby picture. And I look over, I said, what are you doing? And he said, we're practicing for the contest. And I said, well, that's not his picture though. That's your nephew, Jalen. That's his baby picture. Like, what we doing here, dude? I said, that's his baby picture. And he said, I'm not gonna have him be the only one in there without a baby picture. He's already gone through a lot. He said, my job is to give him self-esteem as his dad and give him confidence, and he's just talking crazy. I said, but that's a lie. That's not his picture. He said, we're fine, we got this. So I said, okay. So I go off to work the next day, and I'm like, this is not right. You try not to argue in front of the kids, right? Mm-hmm. But I had all this like head action going on, like, that's not right, okay? Yeah. And so, but I let it go. Finally, I said, you know what? He would be the only one in there without the baby picture, so, okay. So he goes to school. I come home that evening, and the trophy from the baby picture contest is as big as the kid and is on my kitchen table.
Love it. Yes.
Now, at this point, I'm sick, okay? Because the whole thing is a sham, right? I'm like,
God.
I said, I cannot believe this, right? And so I walk in, and he is cheesy. He's like, Mom, I won the contest. I said, I can see. And so he's got the big trophy. My husband is reared back. He's just smiling, because all he's doing is looking at the trophy, right? And he says, you want to know what happened? You want to know what I said? You want to know my speech? And I'm thinking, no. The whole thing is a sham, right? And my husband said, yeah. And he hadn't heard it either. He said, yeah, tell us what you did. My boy said, I got up and I held up the picture and I said, hi, everybody. This is my cousin, Jalen. He said, it's my cousin, Jalen, because I'm adopted and I was born in the bathtub, and then I was left because my mom went to jail, and then the police came and got me, and then I got adopted, and I have 1,000 bajillion cousins, and this is my cousin Jalen. He said, Mommy, everybody started crying and they gave me the trophy. So the moral of that story is, at 3.5, 4 years old, with his parents' permission to lie, and not just his parents' permission to lie, but gave him the story, gave him the picture, all the props and tools to go with it. We're the most authoritative people in his life. And we made it okay to lie and set him up to do it. And he went to that daycare and told the truth. Why did he do that? Because at 3.5, 4 years old, it is in us to tell the truth. Integrity is just deep. And so what I'm asking all of us to do is operate with the integrity that we had at 3.5, 4 years old. Even when it's easy, when people want us to lie, when their values don't necessarily align to ours and we know it's wrong, just think about him holding up that picture, saying, "Hi, everybody, it's my cousin Jalen," even when his parents told him to do something else. That's my character story.